Hi everyone, it's Smitha. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get the stunning red carpet look of Urvashi Rautela from the Cannes 2022 Film Festival. I hope you enjoy this transformation. I'm going to start with skin prep. For under eyes, I'm going to be using the Tatcha Silk Peony, which is my favorite eye cream. Her makeup looks absolutely flawless, but with every flawless makeup, there's a good base. So for primer, I'm going to be using the Benefit Professional. Now this is a silicone based primer, which means it's going to fill in all the pores and fine lines and it'll give you that silky smooth finish before you apply anything else over your skin. So I'm going to mostly be focusing this in areas where I have those pores and fine lines. Next up, I'm using some color corrector. This is from Exa. And I'm just taking a little bit in the back of my hands before I use it in areas where I have dark circles, uneven skin tone, patches, dark spots, what have you. It's going to even out everything. I'm using the shade Peach. Any peach or orange corrector is going to combine with the blue undertones of your dark circles and patches, and it'll neutralize it to bring it down to your skin tone. So when you apply a foundation or a concealer over it, it's not going to give you that ashy finish. I'm quickly prepping my lips with a lip balm. This is the Milani Rose Lip Balm. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Skin in the shade 2R24. If you want to refer back to any of the products that I use, including the shades, I'll list everything down below in the description box. I'm going to be using it only on my face for now, and after I change into my outfit, I'm going to be using it on my neck and chest. And to apply it, I'm using the Real Techniques foundation brush, one of my favorites. And if you observe, I'm pressing the foundation in like I would usually do with a sponge. I don't want to brush it on my face because I don't want to pull some of that color corrector that I've just used to mix it with the foundation to give you that orange tinge. Instead, I'm almost dabbing it on my face like I do with a sponge. That way it'll settle on top of the color corrector and it's not going to mix it in with the color corrector. This foundation gives you a medium coverage and you can build it up to full coverage. And as you can see, while it gives you the coverage, it still keeps your skin looking like skin. To get that beautiful structure that she has to her face, I'm going to be contouring. And for this, I'm going to be using a deeper shade of concealer from Colourpop. This is in the shade 200N and I'm going to be using it in the usual areas where I have shadows on my face. If you're confused about contouring and if you want to know the easiest way to contour your face, I'm going to link that video right on top. Again, I'm using the Real Technique brush, which I use to apply my foundation to blend out my contour as well. I personally like to use the same brush for multiple things without cleaning the brush between products. There's going to be certain residue left in the brush after I applied the foundation. Now, when I try to blend out the contour, that residue is going to mix with that contour to give me a seamless blend. Now, if I keep cleaning up the brush with every product that I use, I need to put in that extra effort to blend the new product into my skin, into the other products. But when you use the same brush with the residue, it makes it so much more easier. And for my nose, I usually use my fingers. I've realized that's the easiest way to blend out a contour. For concealer, I'm going to be using my favorite Milani concealer in the shade that's a true match to my skin tone, which is warm beige or 145. I'm going to use this to lightly add more structure or highlight my face, as well as to conceal some of that dark circle or patches that might be peeking through. I love this concealer because for one, it doesn't crease on me, it's long lasting, it sets quickly, and it doesn't look cakey or heavy but still gives me the coverage. And concealers are so personal, so I would suggest trying out different concealers to see what suits your skin, and once you find something, stick with it. To set my face, I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to start with areas where I use the concealer. I'm applying it with the damp sponge that I use to blend out my concealer. So it's going to be almost like a powder puff. Once I've placed it in those areas, I'm going to use a large powder brush to dust it off, as well as use the residue to set my entire face. To lock everything in, I'm going to be using a setting spray. This is the Benefit Professional. It's going to do two things. One, it's going to make my makeup long lasting by locking it in. And second, if there's any excess powder sitting on the top surface of your skin, it's going to melt all that and give you more like a skin-like finish. Moving on to the brows, I'm going to be using the Precisely My Brow from Benefit in the shade 4.5 to fill my brows in as well as give it some shape. Her brows are more elongated than mine, both on the inner and outer ends. So I'm going to be using the pencil not just to fill in my brows and give it some shape, but also to extend my brows on the inner and outer ends. Also, Urvashi's brows are a little bit more arched than mine, so I had to do a little bit of cleanup on the inner end. So as usual, I'm using my tweezers as well as scissors to shape up on the inner side. I know I'm going to repent this tomorrow morning, but for now, whatever it takes. I'm going to quickly clean up with some concealer above my brows, and the brush that I'm using is the e.l.f. concealer brush. I'm also using some translucent powder to lightly set it. And as a comparison, here's the before and after. Eye makeup was simply stunning. That is the kind of eye makeup I personally love. It was a brown smoky eye with a highlighted inner corner. I'm going to be using the Stone Cold Fox palette. This is by Colourpop. I'm going to start with the shade Fickle Fate. I'm using a blending brush by Rose and Ben Beauty. And I'm going to use this to carve out my crease. I'm using very little eyeshadow at a time, and I'm going to slowly build it up till I'm happy with the intensity. Next, I'm using this large fluffy concealer brush by e.l.f. as a blending brush. I'm going to use this to push some of that eyeshadow outward and upward. That gave her eyes a very lifted effect, and like I said before, that is the kind of eye makeup that I personally prefer and love. I'm going to take a little bit more eyeshadow with the Rose and Ben blending brush, and I'm going to start building my outer corner. So I'm going to push some of that eyeshadow towards my lashes. To deepen the crease further, I'm going to be using a deeper shade of brown. This is Drama Mama with the Colourpop E1 brush, which is a tapered blending brush. I'm going to place that eyeshadow in the crease. I'm slowly pressing it in, focusing on the outer half. And once I'm happy with the intensity, again, I'm using the large e.l.f. brush to blend everything in. With the tapered brush, I'm taking the lighter brown shade called Fickle Fate, and I'm going to use that to smoke it out in my lower lash line. For that soft cut crease, I'm going to be using I Dig It. This is a beautiful shimmer. I'm using a flat shader brush to cut my crease without a concealer because it's a soft cut crease, and I'm going to blend it out with the browns in the outer corner. Also going to be applying it in the inner half of my lower lash line. Using the flat blending brush again to make sure everything is well blended and there's no harsh edges left. That extra pop that she has in the inner corner, I'm going to be using a liquid eyeshadow. This is the Kokie Crystal Fusion Liquid Eyeshadow in Cosmos. I'm going to apply it with this eyeliner brush by Juno. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using the new liquid liner by Benefit Cosmetics. If you observe her eyeliner carefully, it doesn't start at the very outer corner. There's a small gap between the outer corner to where her eyeliner begins on her lash line, winging upward. And I'm going to be doing the same going over my hood. It's okay if it looks a little distorted because of the fold of the hood. We'll soften it later with a black eyeshadow. Once I'm done with the wing, I'm going to line my top lash line and I'm going to drag it all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to take some black eyeshadow with a small definer brush by Colourpop, and I'm going to start dabbing it over the liquid eyeshadow to mattify it. And I'm also going to be using the black eyeshadow to smoke out the outer wing. That gives you the nice smoky effect that she has. It's also very forgiving on hooded eyes. And then I'm using more black eyeshadow with a small angled brush to line my lower lash line. I'm purposely going to be skipping a step here. She either has a white or some kind of a light eyeliner in her lower waterline. I'm not going to be applying it because it looks really odd on my eye shape. So I'm just going to leave my lower waterline bare. I'm using a little bit more of the light shimmery shade to highlight my brow bone. Time to finish up with some mascara and lashes, but first I'm going to curl my lashes with my Sally Hansen curler. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Rem Beauty mascara. She also had false lashes on, but it looks very natural, so I'm going to be using the Ardell 117s. And I'm going to finish up with a coat of mascara to my lower lashes. Here's the finished eye makeup. This is again the kind of eye makeup that I absolutely love. Looks very classy and it's so easy to pull off. Just a simple smoky eye with a highlighted inner corner. To further sculpt the face like her with some bronzer and blush, I'm going to start with the bronzer from Bare Minerals in Faux Tan, and I'm going to be using it around my forehead and my cheeks because that's where my skin changes color when the sun hits my face. For blush, I'm going to be using the Ofra Blush Full Palette, and the shade that I'll be using is Hope. And for highlighter, again, I'm using Ofra highlighter in Soho. I'm applying it with a super soft synthetic blending brush. This is from Wet n Wild, a drugstore brush. I think it's about $2. And I'm using this because I want the highlighter to look really soft and nice. And she's taken it all the way from her brow bones to the upper part of her cheeks, and that's what I'll be doing as well. With that, I'm going to be using the highlighter in the other high points of my face. I'm going to apply the lipstick as well as foundation on my neck after I've changed into my outfit. But now let's get to the hair. What she has is a poof bun with Dutch braiding on the sides. I'll be honest with you, Dutch braiding is not everybody's cup of tea. It takes a lot of effort, and I'm going to show you an easy way to wing it. First, I'm going to separate out the front portion of my hair. That's the portion that I'll be using for the poof in front as well as the braiding. And for the hair in the back, I'm going to gather everything together and tie a ponytail. You don't have to worry about the kind of elastic you'll be using because we'll be concealing it anyway. Now I'll start working on the front portion. I'm going to make 3 small sections on either side, leaving a big portion for the poof right in the center. With those 3 small sections, I'm going to start braiding my hair. This is going to be the usual 3-part braid. I prefer to do it this way rather than a Dutch braid because this is so much more easier. It kind of gives you a similar look, but I gotta be honest, Dutch braid looks way better than this. If you want a tutorial on Dutch braiding your hair, just let me know in the comment section and I'll be happy to do that for you. Again, I'm taking a small section and braiding my hair. On each side, there's going to be 3 braids. Leaving that big chunk of hair in the center for the poof, I'm going to finish up the braiding on the other side as well off camera. And now I'm going to work on the poof. All I'm doing is just gathering the hair, just brushing it to make sure it's smooth and nice. I'm going to give it one twist. That's going to create the poof, and I'm going to pin it in the back. I'm just using regular bobby pins, and if you observe, I still have the ponytail in the back. I haven't really knotted my hair yet because I'm going to finish up pinning everything in the back, and then I'm going to knot it so it's going to conceal any bobby pins or any hair that's sticking out. I'm also going to be doing this with the braids. I'm taking one at a time and pinning it in the back. Once I've secured everything with hairpins, I'm going to be neatening up using the Garnier Volume Hairspray. After using the hairspray, make sure you don't use a brush on the sides of your hair because you've braided your hair. Instead, just press it in with your hand. Only when I spray the poof is when I'm going to be using the comb. Once I've cleaned up in front, I'm just going to knot my hair. There's no rhyme or reason as to why I'm doing it this way. You can knot your hair the way you prefer. This is how I knot my hair on a daily basis when I want to put up my hair. So I'm just rolling it around, knotting it one time by pushing the hair in and pulling it out once, and I'm going to pin it in the back again with bobby pins. I'm going to play around with it till I'm happy with the way it looks, and then I'm going to use some hairspray to neaten up everything. I'm changing into my outfit, which I made myself. I make all my outfits and my jewelry myself, and I'm going to link a snippet of how I made this right after this video in the end screen, so do check that out. Time to finish up with applying foundation onto my neck and chest, although my neck is a little bit more tan than my chest because I've been out in the sun. For lipstick to match up with her shade of red, I'm going to be mixing two different lipsticks from Ofra, Milan and Wynwood. I'm going to start with the shade Milan, which is my absolute favorite. It's a beautiful rich red. And then I'm going to brighten it up just a tad bit with Wynwood. And here's the finished look. I am no Urvashi Rautela, but I hope I could do some justice to how stunning she looked on the red carpet. Let me know in comments, and let me also know if you enjoy recreation videos like these. Would love to create more for you. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to thumbs up. Do check out the description box for all the products that I used today. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing if you'd like to watch more videos like these. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.